Hey everyone, welcome back to the Movie Vault. My name is Rob. Good to see you guys back on the channel again. Back with another episode of the Watchlist. Let's jump into, I have a stack of stuff off here to the side. This is what I've watched over the last 2 weeks or so, and just to kind of give you guys some recommendations. So before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and if you haven't already, please consider hitting the bell to get notified every time I post a new video, so you can keep up with the latest episodes of the Watchlist. All my horror picks videos is a new series I've started recently on the channel. All the reviews and all that sort of good stuff. Don't forget to follow me on social media because I've posted about most of these movies already on Twitter and Instagram. Links up in this corner so you can check those out. First one that I watched since the last watch list was The Counselor. This is the Blu-ray here. Blu-ray copy 2013, directed by Ridley Scott. Oh, this was so disappointing, this movie. I mean, look at the cover. You see the cover there, the cast, like Fassbender, Penelope Cruz, Cameron Diaz, Javier Bardem, Brad Pitt. Didn't deliver at all. I was so disappointed in this movie. There was a couple of good scenes in it, maybe I think I tweeted maybe 3-4 good scenes. I just thought it wasn't very good at all. Cast looked good on paper, didn't deliver, I think is what I said on Twitter. Yeah, which is kind of disappointing because, I really like Ridley Scott's stuff, but this one, not so much. I picked this up for €3 in one of those, the secondhand shops here. A year or two ago. I only got around to watching it now, but yeah, The Counselor, I don't know that I would recommend this one, but that was the first one up that I watched. If you've been watching the watch list from the start, you'll know Always Sunny. I'm going to grab the two of these together here because I finally finished watching all 13 seasons, or rewatching I should say, because I've seen these before and I just bought the DVDs. So I finished up season 12 of Always Sunny and season 13 of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Fantastic stuff. And I will mention on season 13 that Mac finds his pride. There's a picture here on the back cover. It's a fantastic episode. Rob McElhenney done a fantastic job on that one. Oh yes, They Live, the 4K They Live. This is the Studio Canal, the kind of box set version, which I got last year, but I didn't have the 4K set up then, so I watched the Blu-ray of it. So finally got around to seeing the 4K of They Live, of course directed by John Carpenter. Yeah, it looks fantastic in 4K, really great. Roddy Piper's in there, of course, fantastic, and Keith David, Meg Foster. If you got a chance to pick up the box set version of They Live 4K, it's really great stuff. There's posters and booklet and stuff in there. If you didn't, there is an ordinary Amaray case version out there, I believe. Next one up is this 2008 horror movie, The Children. I picked this up again in that secondhand shop over here called Deals, €2 DVD. I knew about this movie because there is an actress in this. Her name is Rachel Shelley. She was in the L Word TV show, which I was a big fan of, and I kind of, oh, she's in this horror film, I'll check it out. And I didn't really watch it until now. Who's the other cast in this? I'm just checking my phone here as well. Directed by Tom Shankland. Eva Bertisel, Rachel Shelley, Hannah Toynton is in there as well. I think she has some Hollyoaks or one of those British TV shows. But yeah, they kind of go off to the sister's house out in the out kind of in the countryside and near the woods, and the kids all become sick, and they're creepy killer kids in the woods. There's some pretty good gore stuff in there for a decent horror movie. It may have gone under the radar, I think I said on Twitter. So if you haven't seen it, do check it out. If you see the chance to pick in a DVD up, I got it for €2, so it's worth a pick up. So this was a 2005 movie, House of Wax. I want to say, is this a remake maybe of an older movie? I'm not too sure. This is the House of Wax. Alicia Cuthbert, Chad Michael Murray, Brian Van Holt, Paris Hilton, and Jared Padalecki, who directed this. Jaume Collet Serra. Don't know, never heard of him. I remember this is one of the first Blu-rays I ever bought, and I remember it being a lot better than when I rewatched it recently. It starts off promising. I think I said on Twitter, it goes to shit shortly thereafter. A terrible movie. Visual effects are brutal in this. They look really bad. Yeah, so the whole wax museum building is House of Wax is built out of wax. The end of the movie, the whole building is melting because the building goes on fire. It's just terrible ending. Visual effects look bad. Bad. Started off looking okay, and then just really went downhill after that. Next one up, if you have seen my recent 2010s horror pics video, this was one of the ones in there, The Haunting of Hill House. This is the Blu-ray, the fantastic Netflix series, got the Blu-ray release, and this features extended director's cuts of some of the episodes. I really love this series, fantastic stuff. The cast is brilliant. I talked about it all in the 2010s horror pics video, so if you want to hear more about it, just check out that video. But that was the next one up. If you haven't got the Blu-ray of this, check it out on Netflix, because it's a really great horror series. And The Haunting of Bly Manor is the next series up. A lot of people are waiting on that one. Another one up, I did review this ages ago, maybe it was on the podcast here before, the Movie Vault YouTube channel, but I did buy the 4K Tree from Hell. This is the unrated version, so finally got around to rewatching the 3K, because I reviewed the Blu-ray with the slip here. You know what, I think I said in the review, like, Rob Zombie done the best he could. You know, unfortunately Sid Haig was really ill at the time and then passed away, like, and Richard Brake comes in. I suppose it's a good movie to finish off that kind of trilogy, and I think I said on Twitter something like, if they leave it at the trilogy, they should leave it at that. They shouldn't do another one, just leave it be. It was the 3 movies. So if you're not familiar, House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects, and Tree from Hell is the trilogy there. Yeah, it looks like they've added some kind of digital noise in to kind of give it the film look, because House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects were both shot on film, and this was shot digitally. So it kind of matches in, because the whole opening of Tree from Hell is the kind of, there's some end clips from The Devil's Rejects in there, so they've kind of matched that up really nice. What else have you got in here? Like DTS or Dolby True HD 7.1 surround mix, sounds good. Visual effects again, like they just look really bad. All the blood, all the gunshots, the blood and stuff, it's, you know, there's kind of a fight with Bill Moseley and the other guy, and they're kind of like they have machetes, and it's just, all the cuts are, I don't know, it's all like done digitally and it looks terrible. And there's like a bow and arrow scene with Sherry Moon Zombie. It's just like, oh, it's worth to watch if you like the other 2 movies, but it's not, yeah, just, you know, the trilogy ended, let's just leave it at that, and that's kind of all they could do. Next one up here, what year was this? 2011, Hatchet II. This was in my 2010s horror picks as well. Great horror cast in this: Danielle Harris, Tony Todd, Kane Hodder, R.A. Mihaloff is in there as well. Directed by Adam Green, of course, the second out of the, you know, the trilogy there. Hatchet 2, yeah, check that out if you haven't seen that one. Next one I watched, a lot of these were for the my horror pick videos, the 2010s ones. So this was, what year was this one? 2010s, The Last Exorcism. Here's the Blu-ray copy I have here. This is a really cool movie, you know, kind of documentary style. I really like how they done it. I like the idea of it. Again, I'll talk, you know, I don't want to direct you guys to another video all the time, but you can hear more my thoughts, a lot of these in the 2010s horror video. 2019 Satanic Panic was the next one up. I really enjoyed this one, kind of funny comedy. The pizza delivery girl stumbles upon a kind of you know, like a cult or whatever, and you know, yeah, well, I think I said in the 2010s horror video, I'll leave it at that because I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, it's pretty cool casting here. Haley Griffith, I keep saying that wrong in every video. Haley Griffith, Ruby Modine, Jerry O'Connell, and Rebecca Romaine is in there as well. Satanic Panic, Arrow video release of that one. Check that out. Next one up was a really cool, you talk about Netflix series, Shudder, the Shudder series Cursed Films. I picked up the Blu-ray this recently, and I did review this on the channel. I think it was the last video just gone, like 2 days ago. It's the myths and legends behind Poltergeist, The Omen, Exorcist, The Crow, and Twilight Zone the movie. Really great little series there, and 5 episodes. Shudder, the online streaming service. Check out my review of that one if you want to know more about that. Next 2 are just kind of horror rewatches. I decided to rewatch The Ring. It was this 2002, 2003 DVD here in the collection. I don't have didn't go to Blu-ray. I remember running this as a projectionist, and I remember like buying the DVD here, and it was really cool. And I'll be honest with you guys, I rewatched it a couple of nights ago, and I thought, Jesus, this movie is terrible. It's really bad. It's like 1 hour 50 minutes, and it feels like it goes on forever. It's just like never ending. It's, you know, and all the cool video stuff doesn't even come in, you know, with the Samara chick crawling out of the well. None of that happens until like the last, like, whatever, like half an hour of the movie. Like, it's, I don't know, and like the kid, you know, Naomi Watts' kid in this, he's like super annoying. I don't understand why he keeps calling Naomi Watts is his mother in the movie. I don't understand why he keeps calling her like Rachel throughout the whole movie. That's kind of confusing. Gore Verbinski directed it. I mean, I don't know who was the other guy that's in this. Brian Cox is in there. You know, Brian Cox is pretty cool in there. Obviously the remake of the Japanese movie Ringu, wasn't it called? But yeah, I just, this was a movie I liked and then really disliked. Now I haven't seen it in the longest time, and rewatching it now I just thought it was terrible. Is there anything like you've watched like that you really liked before and now you're kind of rewatching and you think it's bad? Let me know in the comments. Last one up here, I watched the director's cut of the Dawn of the Dead remake, the Zack Snyder one. This is, what was this, like 2004, 2005, somewhere around there. This is a really super cool remake. I like this one. You know, a lot of the remakes of old horror stuff aren't really great, and I think Zack Snyder nails it, his own take on stuff. Sarah Polley is great in this. She's kind of like, I guess, like the lead. Fast zombies compared to slow ones, really cool. Again, the shopping mall, shopping centre setting for this one, much like the 78, the original Dawn of the Dead. I believe it was 78, George A. Romero's one, and I'm a big fan of Romero's movies, but I just really liked this one. I thought this was really cool, and I'd give it a mention here because it was just, I rewatched it recently for my 2000s horror picks, so you may see that in the 2000s horror video, which should be the next video on the channel here after this one. That kind of wraps it up for this another episode of the watch list here, guys. Once again, let me know down in the comments, have you watched any of these you know, recently? What do you think? Would you watch them after I've recommended them? Especially with The Ring, as I said, is there anything you've watched recently that you thought was great years ago and you kind of rewatched recently and you thought like, man, that was terrible? I'm not sure what I was thinking back when I liked it, but it just, I don't know, it just felt like it dragged on and on and on, that movie. It was never ending. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for another episode of the watch list here. Of course, if you like it, please give it a thumbs up, and as I said at the start of the video, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell, it really helps the channel grow, and I really appreciate everybody's support here on the Movie Vault. Don't forget to, as I mentioned earlier, social media links up in this corner. Check out some pictures here, because I post all of these as I was watching them. Maybe not all of them, but you know, like say 80% of what I watched, I post on Instagram and Twitter my immediate thoughts of watching them. So if you want to kind of see what I'm watching a little bit quicker than the next episode of the watch list, do follow me on social media. So that's gonna do it, guys. That's it, another episode of the watch list. I will talk to you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then.